Hey guys, welcome to this little video, the Gbe Calcs tutorial. So we have a new awesome calculator made by a player called JTrain. So he's obviously very good at programming websites and calculators. So he decided he wanted to make one that is not only updated to headquarters level 24, but that also has everything built in. You know, previously we have used different calculators for troop damage and for GBE and for barding. This one has everything in one place. So we're looking at now, I am on my computer in the web browser, and I'm gonna say this now. You can find the link to this calculator in the description below. So when you first open it up, it's gonna look like this. It is clean, empty and clean. You can see the GBE available up here. It only says 53 because we haven't selected any statues or anything yet. I wanted to show you that this is what it looks like on a browser. If you open it on your phone, in the phone browser, it is going to look something like this. You can see right here I have some buttons on the right hand side. Those buttons are then moved to the bottom. That is the only difference. It will work exactly the same, either you're using a phone, tablet, or your computer. But I'm gonna work with this one for now. So let's look at the buttons on the right hand side first. The top one, this is where we are right now. This is the main menu, your home screen, sort of. So it's displayed by a headquarters in the right hand here. The middle one is the Armory. In this one, you want to select your troop levels. It is set to max level by default. I'm pretty sure. I don't remember ever doing anything here. But if your account is not maxed out, you want to check this out. It affects the troop damage calculations. I will show you later on. The bottom one here, or it's going to be on the bottom right on your phone, actually bottom right on both here. This is your tribes page. So here you can select, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, is it? Am I missing something? Anyway, you can select a tribe here, for example Gunboat Energy Boost, and I had already put a number here before and it's saved. So you can put any, if you boost it one time you can put 10, and you can see it changes the GBE at the top. If I put 20 it goes to 64. If I max it out at 50 it goes to 80. Alright? So you want to make sure it also turns red on the bottom right here to keep you reminded that you have a tribe active, so you don't mess up your calculations if you have an old tribe selected that is no longer available. So the first thing we want to do is we want to add our statues. I'm gonna start with Gunboat Energy. I'm gonna put the value. I'm gonna put 42 for now. That is the max value on a masterpiece. I'm gonna put 17. You can see the symbol below turned to a Guardian. If I change this back to, let's say, 35, it changes to a masterpiece. So the images goes with it. So I'm gonna fill this out. Gunboat Energy. Okay, I have already the statue selected here for some reason. I'm gonna go with 7 GBE and then a troop damage masterpiece. troop damage guardian. So this is the setup I use most often, the 7.4. Now, in the top right corner we have a button named presets. We can click on that, and I forgot to erase this as well. This is what it's gonna look like. So I can click on enter name, and I can name it whatever I want. I'm gonna name it 7.4, and I press the green plus sign here. This will save this preset. So I have 7.4 always ready to be selected. If I wanted another troop damage here, I can switch it out. Now I have, sorry, it can't be 17, it has to be 13. And now I can save this preset on slot number 2. I'm gonna name it 6.5 and press the green plus sign. Now I have 2 presets set up. And you can see my GBE shows 188 now. If I switch back to my 7.4, it goes back to 206. Also, this button here, you want to make sure that it is glowing pink if you are boosting all your statues. If you are doing calculated boost or only masterpiece boost, you can uncheck that one so it goes white or beige, and you can press this bottle symbol here and it will boost that specific statue. And you can see how the GBE changes. If I boost 2 GBE, it goes up to 161. Right now I want to have them all boosted. The next tab here, there's somewhere, no, it's not here, okay, sorry. On the next tab here, it says hero, and here I can select. In the drop down menu here, I can select which hero I want, and I select a hero and I select the ability I want. I can also select the level of my hero. Up in the right hand corner there is the level of Brick herself, and above each ability I can select which level they are. Going back to the home screen, the next tab here is troops, and in here I can select the level of my landing crafts, whichever I may have, and I can select which troops I'm going to load. So let's put all Zukas in here. There we go. We have all Zukas loaded. You can see in the upper right hand corner it shows the total damage all the time for 11 seconds. I will explain later. I can, it's the same as the statues tab, I can choose a name, press the green plus sign, and it will save this loadout or preset. If I want to say I play often on my ops with 3 boats of bombardiers and 5 boats of Zukas, I can do it like this. I selected bombardiers, they cost GBE to land, and I got them added to my the GBE I need is added now, 9 GBE for 3 boats of bombardiers. If I lower this, let's say to level 10, it's going to switch to 1 bombardier here, and it will lower the GBE cost as well. And I can save this. Let's name it Zuka Bombs. Zuka Bombs, and I press the green plus sign. Now I have this loadout saved as well. And if I go back to AZ, it switches. Press the Zuka bombs loadout and it switches. So this is saved. I don't know actually where it is saved in your browser history, I assume. So if you were to clear your browser history, you would need to set it up again the way you want it. So that's it for troops. Our next tab here, this is our Gbe Calculator. You can select the gunboat level here. It will change your available Gbe according to your gunboat level. And then let's say we are going to do an All-Zuka rush on Conifold. I would need 4 flares, I believe, 10 smokes, let's say it's 4 shocks. I need an artillery for mines, and I'm going to add battle orders. This will show me that in 11 seconds is the duration of a max level shock. So this value you can change to whichever value you want, and it will give you the amount of damage you will do with all your Zugas and brick. If I add another battle order to this hit, you can see that value goes up to over 3 million. Now keep in mind that this is assuming all the Zukas stays alive for the entire hit. So obviously that value is never going to be accurate, because you're almost always going to lose some troops somewhere to a sniper tower you didn't shock or something. So keep that in mind, that your actual damage output will most likely be lower than what it says here. You can also raise this value if you want to see how much damage will I do if I keep the delay and I do a reshock somewhere. I can estimate how many Zuka volleys I will get out and calculate how long that will take and try to estimate my damage on the hit. This tab is usually empty. We have our temporary gunboat abilities here. We can use remote hack is good. If I want to do remote hacks, it will change to cry bombs. This is 20 GBE, so this is correct to what those abilities cost. So you can calculate with them as well. Now we have brick here. If I go back and I want to use, let's say, bullet instead, I select bullet here and see this selection stays in the same spot, so we need to switch it then to taunt. And if I go back to my calculator, I will now have taunt in this spot. And the same goes for Everspark with remote hack. You have the remote hack here instead. And obviously it works the same way with Cavan. We have now second wind selected. So you select your abilities in the heroes page. Our last tab here, this is our Barding Calculator. So first we want to select if we are barding the core, defense, a single defenses standing side by side, or a quad. These are the options we have. And the way it works is you select the layout of the defense you want to bard, and you enter the health. I'm going to put 50,000 for now. And you can see it shows you the most GBE efficient way to kill this. And it's gonna cost you 2 barrages and 3 artilleries. Now we have this little thing up here called Barrage Accuracy. And a barrage, it throws a spray of rockets, and the pattern, the spread is not the same all the time. So this number here shows an average of all the barrages we've tested with, and on average 87% of the rockets will hit, but it's actually a precise number of rockets. I think it's 13 or 14 out of 15 that will hit. So there is slight margin to this, but calculating with the numbers here will get you very close to reality. Now we have on the bottom here, we have a slider, and what this one is for, I'm gonna go back and show you in my calculator. I've already used an artillery here, so that means that the number I see here is not going to be accurate. It's not going to be the most efficient way to BART out that specific defense, because I've already used an art, so the cost of these 3 artilleries is actually higher than what it says here. And as you could see, using the BART calculator does not affect your GBE calculation, so you need to enter the amount of barrages and artilleries manually. So what we can do here with this slider, we can add or remove barrages. That is what it does. So if I've already used one artillery, I can check what will it take me if I add a barrage. How many artilleries will I need then? So if I add a barrage, now it says 3 barrages and 1 artillery. Okay, so we can check 2 options now. 2 barrages and 3 artilleries, or we can check 3 barrages and 1 artillery. So let's go back to our gunboat and our GBE calculator, and we check the first option. We keep an eye on the number up here. It says 146 GBE. So if I add 3 artilleries and 2 barrages, it says 193. If I do the other option, we had 1 artillery. If I said the other option was 1 artillery and 3 barrages, you can see it's 199. So in this case, the first option was already the most effective, the most GBE efficient one. But that could be different if you were, for example, going to BART out 4 differences. If you look at, I'll go back to, you can see the arrows here, they mark the original calculation, the most efficient one. So if I press this one, it changes now to 2 barrages and 4 artilleries. 2 and 4, or if we add a barrage, it says 3 and 3. Now I can sense in my heart here that the first one is still going to be more effective. But let's check. We had 1 artillery selected already, so we go, what did it say? 2 and 4. We had 2 artilleries and no, did it say 4 artilleries, sorry. So 4 artilleries and 2 barrages, it says 204 GBE. The other option was 3 and 3, it says 215. So obviously in this case, this one was more efficient. But let's say it looks like this. You had already used 3 artilleries before barding. You marked the defense and you cleared 2 spots with mines. You used 3 artilleries. And then we can do 1, 2, 3, 4 and 2 barrages. It says 232. We go 3 and 3. It says 239. So still the first one was more efficient. But this is not always the case. I want to find one where the other one is. I think this is going to be, it was 2 and 3 or 3 and 1. So let's see from here. We go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. It says 217. We say 1, 2, 3 and 1. Yes. Now the second option was more efficient. So with this BART calculator, you need to play around a little bit. You need to try and find the most efficient value. Going to the left would mean, in cases you've already used a barrage for mines, you want to check if is it going to be cheaper for me to use more artilleries than barrages for the actual barding. So this particular part of the calculator takes a little bit of thinking and playing around, checking different options against each other. You can also change this value in cases of maybe the defenses aren't set up in exactly this in this fashion here. There could be a space between here. You could assume that that would be a little less than this one, so maybe you want to say 50% here, and it will show you. No, that is not going to be very easy to calculate. But either way, it is possible for you to change the percentage if you wanted to. In any case, it would be necessary. So that's pretty much it. Also, this says it is green up here. Let's say we needed 12 smokes and 5 shocks. Now it's going to be red because we can't afford it. Then you have another box here that says cells. It should say buildings, in my opinion, because it's not only cells that counts here. Any building you destroy will give you 3 GBE back. So you can select here how many buildings do I need to destroy to give me the GBE that I need to complete the hit. And you can put in any number here. You're rushing maze, you're gonna farm 80 cells. Okay, then I'm gonna have 446 instead. So that is very useful. Let's see if I have forgotten anything. The damage also, you can, if you're doing a free snipe, you're gonna free snipe hardcore for 3 minutes. You can put 180 seconds, and you can see that with all Zukas and 1 battle order, I'm going to get 31.7 million in 180 seconds. Also 11 was the first value. If I have a lower level landing craft, look at the damage. It will adapt, and it will also change. If I go to my armory, the middle button on the right, and I change the level of my Zukas to 17, the damage will go down quite a lot. Okay guys, if you're watching and there's something that I forgot to explain, some questions you still may have, don't hesitate to ask me, or preferably JTrain. I know he will hate that, but he did create this. And you can ask me, if you're in the Angry family, you can ask me on Band, or you can post a comment to this video on YouTube, and I will check it out and try to answer as best as I can. Okay guys, I think that's it for now. Thank you guys for watching. Please don't forget to give the video a thumbs up if you like the content, and subscribe to my channel for more videos in the future. Take care guys, bye.